Hi guys, it's SimLicy here, so welcome to another speed build. So today I am building another family home, and this time I am using the new game pack, Dream Home Decorator, and base game only. This is something I wasn't sure if I was going to do. I mentioned in one of my previous videos how I usually like to do that when a new pack comes out. I like to see what I can create using it in only base game, and I wasn't sure if I was going to do that with this game pack. But I'm really happy that I decided to because I really like this home. It's very interesting. I was actually looking at a picture on Pinterest, so I'll put the picture up here on screen so you guys can see what I was looking at. Because as soon as I saw it, I was thinking that it matched the pack really nicely. And I was also thinking it would work well with base game. And I think it really turned out nice, so hopefully you guys will like it too. Some of the house, of course, I made up, like the floor plan and the sides of the house, except for this part with the garage that was from the picture, but the back of the house is made up, but the front and like the garage area was definitely taken from that picture because it was just, yeah, really pretty and I liked it. And that's one of my favorite things to do, is to go on Pinterest and to find real life inspiration, or to find even like concepts of homes or artwork that people have done of homes, and see if I can bring that into The Sims. Sometimes it's only like a little piece of it, and sometimes it's a bit more like this build. But yeah, this house ends up having 2 bedrooms and 1 bathroom. It's a pretty small house. I'm building here on a 30 by 20 lot here in what is Newcrest, that's what it's called. I forgot what it was called for a second. But yeah, it's a pretty small house, but it still feels like it's complete, like it's still a pretty decent sized family home. It's just not very big and there's not a lot of bedrooms, but you could easily fit 2 or 3 Sims in here, so a pretty small family. And in the back I do have a swimming pool, but the lot, there's still like a lot of space. So if you wanted to add on to the house, you probably definitely could, or maybe you could add like a basement or something if you needed a bit more space. And I actually turned the garage into a home office instead of leaving it an actual garage, just so it would be a bit more functional. I mean, you could make it probably look more garage-like rather than an office, but I just imagine that they turned their garage into an office. And I used some of the new furniture, of course, that came with the game pack, as well as that bulletin board. So if you would like to have an interior designer living here, you definitely could. I didn't think too much about the personalities of the Sims that lived here. It was more just trying to utilize the game pack with base game and see what I could come up with. The interior is pretty simply decorated because I was limiting myself. Usually I try to decorate them a little bit more simply, and I think the style actually lends itself to less clutter a little bit better than some other styles, like a more like suburban-y style. Usually, like, I don't know, just screams clutter to me. Like, you want to clutter it up and add a bunch of like little decorations and like clutter pieces and make it feel really lived in. This still feels cozy and lived in, but it's just not as cluttery. So yeah, anyways, here I am working out the floor plan. The floor plan actually came together pretty quickly. As you can see, I am using the platform tool, and I also used the glass roofs. I wanted to utilize a lot of stuff from base game. The only thing that I didn't really use is terrain manipulation because I'm just not really that good at it. And I don't know, I like it, but I don't find myself using it. So I'm not sure if I even like it that much, but I feel like I do. I see some people use it and they do like the most amazing things with the terrain manipulation. So maybe I should just mess around with it a little bit more. But either way, when I was going through the build and buy objects for my build and buy overview, I was realizing that I really liked this green color. So I decided to use a lot of the green here on the interior. It might be a bit much for some of you guys, especially since I created like an entire green kitchen, but I just love this green and it pairs so nicely with the brown. And I actually thought it looked really nice with this brown flooring that we have from base game too. I thought the colors complemented each other really nicely, and I just really like the way this whole kitchen and dining area turned out. I didn't end up using the new dining table or one of the new dining tables from the pack. I just used a base game table, but paired it with the new chairs with the pack, of course. But here you can see I am sorting out the kitchen. Unfortunately, you can't use the stove tops with the lower stove part. So I feel like you should be able to. I'm hoping that they're going to fix that. I saw it in one of the apartments that I did, but I thought it was just like a glitch. But I've seen on Twitter that it doesn't function that way. So I think that's pretty unfortunate. So yeah, hopefully they change that, because that would be really nice to be able to actually use them together when you want to. But either way, here I'm just adding some clutter and just little decorations here in the kitchen. Like I said, not too much clutter, but enough just to make it feel lived in and decorated without going too crazy. And yeah, I think the kitchen just ended up being super cute, and I just love the style to the pack. It is Scandinavian inspired from what the Sims team said, and I can definitely see that, and I just absolutely love the style, and it pairs really nicely with other packs too, like I mentioned in my other videos. If you like eco lifestyle, if you like tiny living, it definitely goes really nicely with those packs, and they have like similar wood tones and everything, so they're really easy to match together. Of course, I'm not using them here, but if you are interested in getting other packs that are in the same style, I would definitely recommend those. So over here in the living room area, it's pretty small, but I think I made it work. I kind of struggled a little while trying to figure out how I wanted to position the furniture, and also like, I think just utilize the space in the best way I possibly could. And I tried to create a built-in unit for the TV, and it just felt like a bit much in this tiny living room, so I ended up getting rid of this and just put the TV on a single stand. And yeah, it took some time, but I'm really loving these sectional couches. They're really nice for weird awkward spaces like this because you can change the couch to sort of fit the area rather than being stuck with one large like double sofa instead of like a love seat, because sometimes we don't get a matching love seat with the furniture, and so sometimes in these smaller spaces it can be a little bit difficult to decorate, but the sectional sofas definitely make that easier, and the smaller coffee table, I'm really happy about that. But over there I just placed a bookcase and cluttered it up with a few decorations, and then here's just like a little hallway to the bathroom and the garage area and the backyard, and I put a shelf over here and I cluttered it up with just some like box clutter and just different decorations and stuff that we got from the Dream Home Decorator pack. It's such a mouthful, but yeah, so over here is going to be the garage. So like I mentioned, I added just like office decorations and decorations from Dream Home Decorator, so you could have an interior designer that lives here, or I mean, they could have any job that you would like. I just put the built-in board here and the little drafting table. So that's what I was imagining that one of the parents, or maybe it's a single parent, I'm not exactly sure, that's what they do for a living. And I was also thinking that maybe they're into music, so I put a couple of guitars in here because I feel like somebody who's really into interior design is probably pretty creative, and so that's why there's the art easel and then the guitars too. So they're just musical and artsy, and yeah, so I guess I did think about their personalities a little bit, but it's still pretty like general, and you could fit any Sims in here that you would like to. But anyway, so down here is the only bathroom in the entire build. I would have loved to have been able to fit one upstairs, but there just really wasn't the room for it. And yeah, I didn't think it was too big of a deal because honestly, this build isn't that big, so you can't really fit that many Sims in here, so I wasn't too worried about it. But anyways, up here on the landing area, I put a chess table and a bookcase, just so the area is a bit more functional and useful, and I think it looks really nice. That chess table actually paired really well with the wood tones that I've been using throughout the whole build, so I was pretty happy about the way that came together. And then over here is of course going to be the master bedroom. I absolutely love this bed. The colors and like the patterns are so pretty, and especially in this green color, I really like it a lot. But anyways, the bedrooms are pretty small, but I think I made this bedroom feel like it's actually a pretty decent size, even though it is small. Thankfully, we have those new side tables that are really small, so you don't have to like size down some of the larger ones or squeeze some of the larger ones into awkward areas, because I've definitely done that before. And then I made an open wardrobe using the new hanging clothes that came with this pack. And then over here is going to be a child's bedroom. So this bedroom ends up being super cute. I used this base game wallpaper because it had the green grass on it, so it definitely fit into the color scheme that I was going for. And then I also used a lot of yellow in here. This light pastel yellow that came in Dream Home Decorator is so cute. I absolutely love it. It's so soft and just really pretty. So yeah, I like the way that looked, and I just put some posters and different decorations and just tried to make it feel fully decorated and cute, and like any kid could live in this bedroom. And you could of course update the artwork and stuff depending on what packs you have, but I was able to fit like a dollhouse in there, so I was pretty happy about that. And then over here is the balcony area. I used this sectional sofa to create a little lounge area, and then I just put like a few like potted plant decorations. And then I also used the card table from base game and I put it out here so there's just another activity for your Sims to do. And I think that's pretty much it for the balcony. And then on the lower balcony or porch area, I do put a outdoor dining table, but here I'm finally working on the landscaping. I wasn't sure what I was going to do with the landscaping, so I just kind of put it off till like the very last moment. And I've been doing that a lot recently. I feel like I need to look at some like landscaping pictures on Pinterest, maybe to get some inspiration. That would probably be pretty helpful. I do have some saved, but yeah, maybe I should look at more, but either way, I'm actually really happy with the way the landscaping turned out for this build. I didn't use any live edit objects plants for this one, just the regular build and buy catalog plants, and I think it actually worked pretty nicely for this style and maybe just like this world and stuff, because sometimes I just don't really like the regular plants. I feel like they look a little bit less realistic or just less interesting to me, the texture of them anyways. But back here I am placing the swimming pool, and then I put a couple of lounge chairs next to the pool. And I also use the monkey bars too. So there is an activity for your children's Sims to do in this build. You could probably even use the bunk beds, by the way, if you wanted to have 2 children in that bedroom. I just decided not to because I felt like it would be a little bit overcrowded, but you could easily fit it in there. So that's something to think about if you did want to have a larger family in this build. But either way, I'm just adding some more landscaping back here, trying to make it feel fully landscaped, and just using the same plants that I used in the front of the house and just kind of alternating them and trying to place them in ways that I think look nice. And yeah, I think it actually turns out to be really cute. And then I do add a little bit of terrain paint just to make it feel like the yard has been used basically, and some of it's a little bit dead. But out here I'm placing the outdoor dining table, and I love this dining table that came from the pack. It's so pretty. And then I added a barbecuer, and then I'm just going to add a few decorations here in the front and switch things up just a little bit, and then I'll be moving on to the screenshot. So hopefully you guys have enjoyed this one, and hopefully you guys do enjoy the screenshots. So thank you so much for watching, and please leave any comments or suggestions that you have, and I'll talk to you soon. Bye!